Hey y'all, Savoski with Savoski's Electrical. I'm here on a new construction project, new construction wiring. We're on our open wall wiring phase right here, preparing for our open wall inspections. We'll just walk around here, just kind of showing y'all some of the work that we do, what it takes to get it done, what it takes to get an inspection. I'll tell y'all people, it's not about just running wires in houses, right? We have to take our time, get it right, do everything neat so that way we can understand what we did, understand what we're missing. Because the main thing is once you call the completion of the job, you want to be done. You don't want to be able to have to come back later on once the sheetrock is closed and then you have to rerun wires, open walls. That's the hardest thing to do. So here we go. Right here we have all our distribution wires coming down the wall. We call those branch circuits. Nice and neat, stapled. Has to be done that way, so that way it don't get pinched in the walls once they lay sheetrock on top. This is wires coming down the wall. This is number 12 wiring. Number 12, Romex, stapled so many times coming down the wall. They want it done like this, specifically for the reason for wires not being smashed whenever you install sheetrock. This is another side right here, branch circuits. You had two sides. Okay, we have another set of branch circuits. So we got a good bit of branch circuits in this house that we had to run throughout to prepare each room for breakers. Each one wire right here that you see will have a breaker for it. That's the reason why you see so many breakers in a panel box, because each individual circuit goes out to each individual room separately to prepare them for protection, is what they call it, overcurrent protection. This is switch boxes right here. This is a switch box. 2 gang, you have 2 switches right here. It's prepared. We done stripped the inside out, got it ready for the switches. It comes up the wall. We got to use these things, we call it stackets. We got to use them coming down the walls when you have more than 2 wires coming down the wall. 3 wires or more, you have to have these. This is a regular receptacle right here. You don't need them because it's only 2 wires. We got to keep them in the center of the stud staple. This is a regular receptacle that will go in this box here. So this part right here is our bathroom heater vent light wiring. We'll have a vanity light, which it comes across, and we run it in the walls like such. The wires squiggle in the wall a certain way. The reason why it does that is to specifically put it in a certain spot. Wherever the sink is going to be on this wall, we'll have a vanity light right on top somewhere. But we cannot put a box in this area because we don't know exactly where it's going to be. So we just kind of do it that way, so that way later on we can cut the sheetrock, get it where it needs to be. So this is prepared, ready for vanity light, heater, vent, light switches. And this right here is a GFCI, those reset button type of plugs. So this is how it's normally set up in the bathroom right here. It's about the only thing I'm going to say about this open wall wiring. It's pretty much it. But that's a part of what we do. It's not about just running wires. Got to come in here and do it right. Because at the end of the day, it has to be inspected, right? So that's the outline of our work. It has to be inspected. We can't just do anything. So that's it. Savoski with Savoski's Electrical.